We've got the RBC Canadian Open, Jeff, the third oldest tournament on the PGA docket. Did you know that? And do you think we're going to see a big bomb come through for us in the softer field?
I did not know that actually. It's interesting information there. I know we do have a long course, par 70. That's going to be exciting. We got short, hittable, reachable par fives, and we've got long par threes, which is a little different, not standard for the typical PGA event. But I'm excited to see it.
I should say it's the third oldest continuously running tournament out there. The Open Championship, of course, the British Open, as we call it here in the States, the U.S. Open, and then the Canadian Open bring it into third. And a tricky little track out there, kind of sandwiched in between some key events. They've got, of course, we saw the PGA Championship. The U.S. Open is just a week or so out here, and here comes the Canadian Open. Here's the thing about this one. It does bring a little bit of a softer feel. The bigger tournament obviously being the US Open. Then you look at it's not a heritage or a signature event. So ultimately we see guys like Scotty Scheffler and the field, Jordan Spieth and the rest opt to take time away as they get ready and prepare their game for the US Open. Very excited to see what that looks like over Father's Day. But you mentioned it. This track is a par 70. Unique design. It's got 4 par 3s, 12 par 4s, and 2 par 5s out there. So once again, we find ourselves in a position where driving accuracy is going to be key, Jeff. Again, as a par 70, you've got these par 5s playing 542 and 581. Definitely some length out there. But approach shots will be key as usual. The green sizes are, average across the board, kind of typical what you see when it comes down to I don't want to just call it an average event, but frankly, I think that's where we're at with this tournament. Now, the big one, the big name in the field, Rory McIlroy, has found himself the victor here. I believe twice he's gotten the win. Robert McIntyre comes off the win last season, Jeff. We're going to get into this one here in just a minute. Talk to you guys about top 20s, top 10s, top 5s, outrights, and first rounds, Jeff. Give us an overview. What's the weather look like for this track?
Yeah, I see you got it off to the side there. We've got those Canadian wildfires, which look like they're not going to play a factor at all in this tournament. As you'd mentioned, there are shown. We got some rain scheduled early Thursday and Friday, so it might be a softer course out there, just given the weather conditions, especially early on. I think that round going off later might have the advantage on Thursday, the afternoon round. You mentioned Rory playing in this one. What do you think? I mean, this is a tournament for him. He's the big favorite in this one. He bombs that ball like no other. Do you think he skipped last week because he didn't think he could beat Scotty and be more favorable in this one, knowing Scotty's not going to be there?
I think they want to keep the big matchup open for the U.S. Open out there, and no need to battle each other. They probably know each other's schedule to some degree through agents and the rest. And Rory was probably on slate to do this one, already being a 2-time champion out there. Figure he's going to go to this tournament regardless. And on the other side of things, there's Scotty taking the time off after coming off of just battling. I mean, this guy continues to just kind of chugging along 300, 300, 300, 300. Next thing you know, he's 12 under. The field's 8 under, and he just crushed them all again. Speaking of the field, when it comes to this tournament, Jeff, it has, well, albeit this is the first time this is a 3-course community here in Toronto, but it's the first time that the North Course will be hosting this event. In years past, what we've seen, there was a big tournament here none too long ago, and the final score was 5 under, I believe, was the total. So this course should battle. Certainly not going to battle like last week at Jack's Place, but should still be a battle. 5 under, unbelievable. That was the Fortinet Cup Championship. Who knew? It's the final seasonal event of the PGA Tour Americas, and that was a host at a 5 under. So this track could have some teeth to it. You mentioned the weather looks good. Let's get right into it, Jeff. Talk to us about these top 20s, top 10s. How you getting paid?
I'll roll through these. Top 20, I'm going with a homeboy, a Canadian, Nick Taylor at plus 190. Top 20. For top 20, he can do it. He's going to have the Canadian backing behind him. The other guy I went with in the top 20 is Alex Smalley at plus 240. I saw some people out there saying he could be a sneaky shot to win this tournament. maybe Rory wasn't here. I could see that, but yeah, I went with Nick Taylor plus 190, Alex Smalley plus 240 for my top 20s. Top 10s, I went with another guy I think has a shot at winning this one, Shane Lowry at plus 230. And then I rolled Harry Hall at plus 400. Now that's kind of a sneaky play there. Um, he's been doing all right out there. I think this course, he can hit the ball. He can hit some irons. So yeah, top 10, Shane Lowry plus 230 and Harry Hall plus 400. What say you?
I'm going to go a little different direction here. There's a couple of players I just want to hone in on based on their game and the track style when it comes down to it. So, guy that I'm going to kind of ride across this thing here, the top 20 going to be a Corey Connors spot. Uh, talk about the hometown boy or the local boy or the Canadian boy, I guess is what it comes down to. But you see on the slide there, the top 5 biggest or largest favorites, if you will, to win this tournament. It's been Scotty, it's been Rory, but the winner over like the last 15 tournaments has come off of that list, and Corey Connors should be no exception here. I got him at top 20 as a nice little plus 105, with the theory being I'm going to take this guy as we go down the stretch and take some really aggressive shots with him. Then I did jump in here. I'll give you another name, a newcomer, a debutante, Luke Clanton, top 20, plus 190, just got out of the accelerated tour school there, the PGA development program, if you will. So good spot here. Got his tour card. Excited to make his debut. Finishes with bombs out there. Top 10 in 200 plus approach. One of just 7 players in the field to rank in that situation for this tournament, and approach with this lengthy par 4s is going to be so important. So top 20 for Luke Clanton. I did take I've got I've got one top 10. Davis Riley for me. I took Davis Riley as a top 10 at plus 650. Another guy I'm going to ride through this finish line out there. Top 50 on tour and driving distance. Accuracy's hit or miss, but we'll put him in the field. He's had some decent finishes here as he gets rolling. Best scrambler, maybe one of the best anyways, in this field. Top 10 in putting. All-around game here for a guy like Davis Riley to take a strike. And then I'm going to go to Nikolai Hojgaard. Pretty sure I busted that name up there, but one of 2 brothers on the track out there. We talked about these brothers back in that Louisiana. I forgot which one it was there. Anyways, back and forth between him or the other one there, and I ended up going here, top 10 plus 550 for Hojgaard to come out there. What I like about this guy, bombs the ball, Rory McIlroy style. Got a great approach shot when it comes down to it. And not the best when it comes to putting, but still kind of new on the tour. Does a great job avoiding bogeys out there. Should be good enough in a softened field to get us that top 10 at plus 550. What do you think about some of those names? Some new names on the card, Jeff.
I like it. You get the lesser guys in the field. You can take some bigger shots. I like it.
One or 2 price tags to free roll the rest of the card, as our friends say out there. So talk to us. Top 5 and outright finishes. What's going on?
Well, it's funny. You mentioned Corey Connors. I got him as my top 5 at plus 450. Now, if you look off to the right there, Connors to outright win the tournament plus 2,000. Rory, big favorite to win this one. That might even be a spot to play win without Rory. Connors might be a solid play there, but top 5, give me plus 450 for Corey Connors. I'll take it. Another guy I got in top 5 is Sammy Burns. I'm going to go Sam Burns plus 600. Now, it might be a tall task for Sam, but if he can sneak in there plus 600, that's some a pretty solid winning. And then you want me to get into the outright winners, or you want to?
Yeah, lay it on us.
All right. I'm going with Ludwig Oberg, which you see over there. He's second to win there at plus 1,400. And then I'm going to go with back-to-back wins for Robert McIntyre at plus 2,800. Now, I'm optimistic on that one. He won it last year, so I'm hopeful that he's coming back and he's going to challenge Roars, but we'll see. I think Rory's going to probably be the ultimate winner, but I'm going to throw some money on Oberg and McIntyre plus 1,400 and plus 2,800. That's how I'm looking to get paid.
All right. Some good names out there. I like Oberg. There's nothing wrong with his game, and certainly, we talk about this field, more than capable of finding a way. Although, it's going to be hit or miss to see what we get from Rory, being that we're just coming in on this U.S. Open. And I've said this before. These guys like to take their time developing their games a little bit. Interesting spot when it comes to the weather. So I've got a first round and some outright leaders for you guys that I like to play with here. I like to take the big swings. They're, small investment, high return opportunities. And the key I'm going to look at here is the weather. If you look on the side, it looks like Thursday afternoon. The afternoon group's probably going to get stymied a little bit there. It's going to be a little bit more ugly. Now, it looks predominantly nice. I mean, we've got slight breeze, if any, sitting there in the mid 70s, but there is going to be some rain out there. It looks like Thursday afternoon, at least projected as we shoot this video. That to me means the guys in the morning have a reasonable opportunity to fire away and get it done. Davis Riley, I just talked about his top 10. First round leader, 70-1. His tee time, 7:18 a.m. I also like him to get involved on the outright as the aforementioned situation there at 75-1 for Davis Riley. I'm going to go to Hojgaard, 75-1 first round, 75-1 outright. I thought long and hard about Keith Mitchell. He's our guy that we talk about week in and week out, that he's just constantly nipping at the heels, but not quite good enough to get it done. I'm going to go to Corey Connors, 35-1 first round leader. The problem I have with Corey, though, it's going to come down to tee times and the group that he's messed up or roped in there with. His tee time is 12:55. So ideally, he can get in and out of there before the weather hits and really close in at the top of that leaderboard. 20-1 outright as well for him. And then I'm going to sprinkle on Luke Clanton. For a debutante, 50-1 first round, 40-1 outright. Seems like some odd numbers in the gang there. I would have expected him to be priced much higher, but it's certainly a tournament that you can think about taking a shot with. Jeff, think about taking a shot. How about taking a shot with our barbecue contest? Check the video out. It's going to start June 9th. We're going to ask you guys for 10 days, one play a day. Post them to the videos that we have out there. Big prizes, over $100 in cash money, plus a bunch of seasoning spices and sauces to have a wonderful 4th of July. Jeff, tell everybody what you got going on, where they can find you, and we'll put a bow on the show.
All right, you can find me at XMMAJeff19 and rolling with the Sports Money crew. And we'll have First Strike coming out tonight. I believe it should be tonight. Yeah, it's Wednesday. We'll have First Strike coming out tonight, and then we've got the big show on Saturday. Looking to strike.
Good stuff. Always fun, you guys. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Maybe one day we'll talk a little bit about unit sizing and how this thing ranges and plays a little bit different if you guys are so interested. Make sure you put the comments in the comment field. Let us know what you want to hear more about. Let us know if you're tailing some of these plays. Tell us who your favorite plays are, but make sure you do it in the comment field. We appreciate you taking the time to watch. Smash that thumbs up button and get that golf goal. We'll see you guys real soon. On behalf of the Sports Money crew, I'm Pimp Slap POD. That's MMA Jeff.